Good evening. Hi, everyone. How are we all? Oh, it's cold up in my office this evening. I hope you're all well. Hello, welcome to our final episode, I suppose, before book club half term. I'm thinking though, if I get some time to write, I might just stick one in if I can. Oh, there's one for you, Mystic. If I can fit an episode in this week, I'll see what I can do. Hopefully, I won't be too crazy busy. I dyed my bloody hair today. Tried to tweet a joke about it. Missed out the word hair. Didn't make any sense. Got my first Christmas jumper of the season on. Schwoyer Narwhal. There you go. That's my first Christmas jumper. I'm also cracking right into the old celebrations. What tabs do you have? We've got celebrations and heroes this year. Really enjoying them. You hear that on the microphone? Sorry to anybody that doesn't like eating noises. There we go, unmuted. That'll be porn for someone somewhere, won't it? Yes, first of Christmas jumpers. I have several Christmas jumpers and several Christmas dresses. Ben's sarcasm in the comments. This is great content. It bloody is. It's free. Shut up. I'm gonna have a Malteser one now. Crunchy. If you're just tuning in, it's Chocolate Live with Laura Lex, where you actually can see the chocolate going round my mouth, because that's just the kind of woman I am. Got you back. It's in my teeth now. We're okay. Oh my God, you get up at 5:45. Woof. I can't do mornings. I'm definitely a night person. I love having a job where it's okay to go to bed at sort of 1:32 and get up at 10. I start waking up at about 9 and then I'm up at 10 and I just like, it's not so. And the other thing that I hate is when people go, oh, aren't you living the good life? Oh, aren't you lucky getting to lie in? And you go, well, it's not really a lie in. It's the same amount of sleep as everybody else. I just do it at a different time. My sisters are forever like that. Like, well, you don't get up until blah, blah, blah. And you go, yeah, but I don't go to bed until you've already been asleep for 4 or 5 hours. Ugh. Jenny, are you an early nighter? Oh no, I can't do it. I just start waking up about now and get into things. Oh my goodness, the vote. God, you really have fucked up Kate's life. I had so many good things could have happened, and you chose super negsy negs one. Your fault. I'm taking no responsibility of it at all. Oh, am I gonna sneeze? I might be about to sneeze. I did sneeze. It's happening again. Yes, okay. Mystic, I know. Some people have such a moral superiority about getting up early in the morning, and it's so weird. I don't understand people that think there's some kind of personality trait to being up earlier. You don't do anything more than anybody else. That's just when your body clock wakes you up. Why is that better? Like, I don't look around at people and go, oh gosh, aren't you lazy going to bed at 10 p.m? I just assume you're having the amount of sleep you need. I don't understand it. Art World, you try marrying one. Oh no, Tom's even worse than I am. Tom's abed at 3 or 4, sometimes even 5, up at whatever's 8 hours after that. No, you should be bitter about it, Art World. It's annoying. It's annoying when people think they're better than you just because they sleep at different times of the day. Early to rise, early to bed, healthy, wealthy, and socially dead. What would Klopp say? I think he'd say take sleep when your body's telling you need sleep, I think. I mean, I've largely forgotten what the actual Klopp is like because I spend so much time writing stuff from the perspective of a person I've never met. Rich is enjoying my good rant. Oh no. I breathed in too excitedly. Thanks, Dave. Dave's got my back. Lady Frag, yes, is everybody happy? You can sleep 20 hours a day as long as you're achieving everything you need to achieve. Is everybody you're supposed to keep alive? Are you functioning? Then sleep as long as you like. It's never a Anyway, I agree, Mystic. I'm with you. Fart next, Laura. No, I would never on stream. I hope you all enjoyed the first Klopmas, by the way. There'll be another one at 8 a.m. tomorrow. For the next 12 days, we'll be tweeting a Klopmas story every day. So do share them and like the videos. Thank you all for commenting on them. I think that helps if they get comments and likes. It sort of boosts them a little bit. So thank you very much. Now, so we are taking a break after tonight until next Thursday. Excuse me. Oh, I've just eaten my dinner. Dinner arrived at 9:30. Tom and I tend to get takeaway on Wednesdays because we both work Wednesday nights. And I ate it far too quickly to come up here and do this. And now it's repeating on me. So chapter 17, they're going on a trip. Now, you didn't find out where they were going. You will find out in this chapter. And also, the thing Kate bought had a blummin' effect. It had a blummin' effect. So what have you done to the holiday? Oh, yes. And then we've got some open-ended homework for you to do. Exciting. Dave, you put the first Klopmas on the Clock webpage. Thanks, babe. Dave runs my website. He's very helpful and knows how to do all functiony stuff. Right. I need to email you actually, Dave, because I need to do those tour dates if there's going to be a tour. Anyway, let's do a chapter. This is just turning into an admin place, isn't it? Chapter 17. Kate wandered through the rows of knitwear and sparkly items, trying desperately to think of something she needed so that she wouldn't feel too guilty when she bought it. Obviously, she was going to buy something anyway, so it would be better if she could vaguely drum up something that was a necessity, or necessity adjacent, if not totally necessary. She already had warm boots that she liked. She'd only bought them a month ago, and there was no point bringing 2 pairs with her because they were only taking hand luggage and boots were big. She had a coat, and it matched the boots. She'd ordered a cute pull-along suitcase online. She was just waiting for Polly to get into town for them to go to Waterstones together and choose some books just like old times. She felt such a chilly nostalgia at the thought of going on a holiday with her sister. Looking at books first, but without Mum. After their parents had died, the sisters had become undeniably close, but in a sort of low affection way. They were practical and intertwined, but they weren't soppy. They both felt, and then pushed the feeling away, that perhaps if they let their guards down too much, there would be things to cope with that neither of them really wanted to deal with. A lovely mustard yellow bobble hat with gold threads in stripes on it and a huge feathery fluffy pom-pom caught her eye. It looked ridiculous, but also incredibly fun. She looked down at her matching chocolate brown boots and coat. Would that hat go, or would she look like a hot dog? She pulled it off the mannequin and settled it over her head, looking about her for a mirror. She stood and looked at her reflection. She looked great. The hat made her long, dirty blonde hair look stylized instead of shabby as it fell in loose twirls around her shoulders. Kate stared at her reflection. That was the nice thing about buying new things and always having them around. It gave the impression that things were going much better for you than they actually were. It made people look at the new shiny things rather than you. You could hide behind them. The woman in the mirror looked like she would fit in well walking by the canals of Amsterdam. She looked stylish and together in an understated way. Kate decided she needed the hat to pull off the outfit and attitude she wanted for this trip. She marched off to the till and then realised it was about time she scarpered to Waterstones to meet Polly. It would drive Polly nuts if she was late, and she sort of already was late. They dawdled in the lovely muted conversation of the bookshop, smelling the pages and the carpet and enjoying the deadening of the sound caused by that many books in one place. Kate felt awake and excited. There were just so many stories trapped between all these covers, and in a way, there wasn't. There was just ink on paper, but in a way, there literally were worlds kept in place on a few inches. All it took was you to pull it out. She loved books and bookshops. If only books were easier to start. The other 2 books she had bought when she bought Interview with a Vampire were still steadfastly unstarted on her shelf, but she had now read Anne Rice's tome a further 3 times. It was so much easier to just delve back into a world you were already sure of instead of trying something new and risking being disappointed. Sasha had texted them to say that they would be reading The Blind Assassin by Margaret Atwood, a compromise for Clara, who wanted an Atwood, and Polly, who had cried at the mere mention of The Handmaid's Tale. Kate stared at the cover and tried to drum up some enthusiasm for it. There was nothing there, but she clutched it in her hand and told herself that before she'd met Lestat, she hadn't known how much she would want to escape into that book either. Conveniently, this book was also in a 3-for-2 deal, so Kate mooched about looking for some other books that might lend her a bit of light relief from reality. As they left the shop, each with a new weight of worlds to read, Kate felt very serene and ready for this holiday. She hadn't left the country in years. "Okay," said Polly, turning to her on the high street. "So what time do you need to be at the airport tomorrow morning?" "The flight is at 9 a.m., Kate nodded. Polly's face fell. "No, Kate, that's not what I asked. The flight is at 9 a.m., but what time do you need to be at the airport?" "Oh, like 8:45? Kate grinned, but not before actual steam started to pour out of Polly's ears and over the pavement. "I'm joking. I'll meet you by the main door to departures at 7 a.m. sharp. Promise." "Are you sure you don't want me to pick you up?" Polly hopped from foot to foot nervously. "No, that'd be stupid. You already live on the right side of town. Ewan's happy to drop me off." Kate smiled in what she hoped was a reassuring way. "He is nice, isn't he? Is he single?" Polly asked, trying and failing to look casual. "No, not at all," Kate said emphatically. She hadn't found the right moment to explain Ewan's love life to Polly yet, because so far Polly was very keen on him, and Kate wanted to make sure she really liked him before she threw an unconventional spanner in the works. "Shame, but okay, as long as he's happy to drive you. I'll see you at the airport. Exciting!" Polly did look excited, and Kate was so glad they were going. She went to bed and set everything she could find with an alarm on it. Are you sure you don't want me to book a taxi?" She checked with Ewan for the 50th time. What's Ewan? He's Irish, isn't he? No, I am a taxi. I can't have you funneling money to the competition now, can I? I'll just do an earlier shift tomorrow, and there's always fares coming back from the airport now, aren't there? Kate nodded. "Okay then, thank you so much. See you in the morning." Yeah, just wake me up 15 minutes before you want to leave." Ewan turned back to his Xbox and Kate closed the door to the living room and went up to bed. It felt like an odd Christmas Eve or something. She was excited. She was so excited to get to sleep, in fact, that she was finding it virtually an impossible place to get. Her mind ticked over and over the little packed suitcase at the foot of the bed. She checked and double-checked the alarm that she had set on her phone. 4 alarms she had set on her phone for 5-minute intervals, so there was no way she could snooze them and go back to sleep. Then she set her phone on the other side of the room so that she would have to get out of bed to switch it off. Perfect. Then she lay in the dark, staring at the ceiling and repeatedly wondering if she was asleep and realizing that she wasn't. It was agony. She listened to podcast after podcast, barely taking in a word of them, but also too terrified to switch them off and have space for more thoughts rattling around in her head. Eventually, she slipped off into unconsciousness, dimly aware that there were only hours left before her phone alarm would rouse her, but reassured that any sleep was better than none. She awoke to find Ewan's face alarmingly close to hers. "Whoa, what's going on?" she asked, sitting up quickly. Ewan retracted the arm he had shaken her awake with. "Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you," he said. "I just wondered, well, what time do you need to be at the airport?" 7, said Kate, rubbing her gritty feeling eyes. "It's okay, my alarm hasn't even gone off yet. It's not even 7 yet." "It's 9:30, said Ewan, looking worried. "What?" Kate said, barely understanding what he'd said. "It's 9:30. What time's your flight?" "It's at 9!" Kate felt sick. It was at 9? What the fuck? She dashed over to her treacherous phone and found the screen dead, battery drained. Oh, god damn it! How did she always forget that this bastard thing needed plugging in? She crammed the charging jack into the hole at the bottom and stood waiting for it to come back to life. She didn't really know if she wanted it to. It must be so full of furious messages from Polly. "I'll look up the next flight," Ewan said helpfully. Kate began to scroll through the copious messages flooding her inbox from Polly. "Polly got on the flight," she said, reaching the part of the text message narrative where Polly announces she's going anyway and this is the last straw. "There's another flight at 11. Shall I book it?" Ewan asked, glancing up from his phone. "How much is it?" Kate chewed her thumb nervously. 137 pounds. Kate gulped, wondering if any of her credit cards could do that. But what choice did she have? She couldn't leave Polly in Amsterdam alone. It would be a waste of a hat. Yeah, better book it. Send me your details and I'll pay you back. We'd better get in the car. Uh-oh, you bastards, you made her miss the flight. There were so many lovely things that could have happened, but you made her miss her flight. So if it had been a phrase book, she was going to meet somebody attractive that worked in a cafe and she was going to go back and visit afterwards, but you didn't want that. If it was a fiction book, Polly was going to miss the flight. Ooh! And Kate would be in Amsterdam alone and would meet another English person who is also alone. Don't know if they'd have been good or bad, but or if it had been a new coat, Kate and Polly were going to end up in the red light district. Both really hate it, and Kate was going to decide on a career change. We were going to get her into a good job. But no, you made Kate miss the flight. And I blame you entirely for the fact that it was a sad chapter before half term. Artwell, the cafe is a place that we used to go to in the before times where you could get cake and coffee. One of these days we're going to get sick of being blamed for your shit, Laura. Yeah? Stop coming then, Ben. What's that? You can't, because there's fucking nothing else to do at 10 o'clock anymore. So, sorry that you ruined Kate's life, but listen, you've got a chance. You've got a chance to fix it before next week. So there are no options for this week's vote because I figured you've got a week to come up with some interesting stuff. So hey, it's it's up to you. What does Polly demand in repayment for Kate missing the flight? Polly gets to she gets to sort of say, you have to do this with me, or get me this, or behave like this. What does she ask of Kate to make up for the fact that Kate missed the flight? So yeah, you guys, you can chat amongst yourselves, you can come up with devious plans, and then we'll see what you come up with, and we'll go for it next Thursday, which is exciting. So see what you can do. Very fun. I shall see you next week, next Thursday. Actually, we'll be doing this live at the same time as my Mock the Week goes out, which is not great planning, is it? Maybe we should move it to 10:30 on that day, but then that's really past Jenny's bedtime. But I am on Mock the Week. Do you know what? I'll have a think about it and I'll let you know. So yes, as a group project, and the people that come in the bottom three will be up for elimination in the next round. So see what you can do. Okay. So there we go. Have a lovely week. I will miss you all very much, but I will be on Twitter and nonsense and stuff. And I will be filming Mock on Tuesday, and then you can watch it on Thursday. And then, yeah, let's do book club afterwards. That seems to make sense. Right. Be good and take care of each other, and I'll see you next week. Bye.